Alright, so in number 6 we're being asked to create a query that has a calculated field, but not a calculated field in a mathematical sense like some of the calculated fields we were doing earlier in the semester. This one is what we call a concatenated field or concatenated value in the field, and when we concatenate values we're just kind of stringing them together. In this case it's simply the contact's first name, and to that we're going to append a space, and then to that we're going to append the last name. So the whole name is going to be, strung together, and we call that concatenation. It's a common term to hear in computing. So anyway, I have the beginning of the query worked out here, and then we'll just focus on the calculated field. Basically, we're interested in the company table. Number 6 tells us we're interested in company name, city, and phone, and we're sorting ascending by company name. So that part is easy. Now we have to contend with the calculated field. And basically, you have options here. I think what I'll do, and you'll see a little bit of this in the chapter, I'm going to right-click here in the next available column in the grid, and I'm going to select the build option, okay? And basically, like I said, we're going to be concatenating the contact first name, a space, and then contact last name. So you could type the fields yourself by hand. If you're going to do that, your field names definitely go in square brackets. So I would look over on the left here and start typing contact first name and so on. Exactly as you see it. Precision is everything when you're doing this. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. I could, and this is what I mean by concatenation. I'm appending with the plus sign to that a space, and then appending to that the contact last name also in square brackets. Okay, and you can see I didn't change the column name or anything or the caption. I'll do that next, but this is one way of doing it. You can type it by hand. Okay, so if you choose to do it that way, you better be careful, like I said, because precision is everything, and when you're typing by hand, that just leaves the door open for typos and stuff like that. So maybe a better way of doing it would be using this build window. If I drill down here, see, this is the products database. All this other stuff I don't care about, but I do care about the database that I'm in. If I drill down by expanding that, and I find the tables, I drill down by expanding that, and then finally I'll find the table that I'm interested in, which is the company table, and watch what happens when I select it. Here I have the available fields. Okay, so what I can do, rather than hand typing the fields, once you get them showing in here, you can simply double click and they'll be added to the top. It looks a little different than what I did when I hand typed, but this is fine. It'll work all the same, and you're not leaving the door open for so many typos and mistakes. So that's another way of doing it. If you can get to this point, if you can drill down like you saw me do, find the database, find the tables, find the table that you're interested in, and get the fields showing, then this is probably the better way of doing that. So we'll click OK. Oh, and we were told that, let me just check the values real quick. So the values are fine. We're also told in this case to name the field contact name. So what I'll do is maybe I'll zoom this time, and instead of EXPR1 I'll say contact name. Okay, and alright, that's fine, but they also want a caption. That's the name, that's the official name of the calculated field, but the caption is something different, and they want that to be contact space name. So I'll go back to my design here, and if I just right click anywhere in this column here and choose properties, the caption property is available, and I'll type contact space name. I wasn't expecting that. Let me try it again. Okay, let's see. Okay. Contact space name. Alright, cross your fingers. Alright, looks okay, and the caption took. I don't know why I had to do it twice, but you saw how I handled that. I just got away from that window and I had the long list of properties and I didn't see what I wanted, which was a caption. I closed it up and then I went back to the column and just tried again. Sometimes you have to do that. So that's number 6, and in the next video we'll move on to number 7, which is the parameter query, which is a very important technique.